Hello, Sunny.
Hello, teacher.
Yes, can you hear and see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So, how are you today, Sunny?
I'm good, thank you. How
Oh,
about you?
I'm also doing fine. Thanks for asking. Okay, so did you read the vocabulary list that I sent last night?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so let me just pick five vocabulary and tell me, okay, what do you understand from this list of vocabulary, Sunny? Okay. So, by the way, our lesson for tonight, Sunny, will be about eating insects instead of animals. Okay. So, this time, let me just pick the top five vocabulary for our review tonight. Okay, here we go. Can you please read the vocabulary for me, Sunny?
Um, is protein, vitamin, citizen, fat, silly.
Okay, thank you, Sunny. Now this time, Sunny, I want you to, yeah, I want you to tell me the meaning of each word right here. So can you please tell me their meaning, Sunny?
Mm, protein means a compound that contain mm, nitrogen.
A component that contains what?
Ni I can't spell that word, but I remember I can spell that word.
Okay, can you write it
Well, I
down
don't
for
know
me?
how to say it.
Okay, yes, can you write it down for me so that we can practice the pronunciation?
Okay, I said it in the chat
Ah, that's
box.
nitrogen.
Nitrogen. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. Okay, that's possible. So by the way, can you give me an example about where can we get protein, Sunny?
We get protein from, like, for example, protein was uh we we get protein from fruit and vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, possible. So, or most likely when we say protein, Sunny, we usually get it from meat. So especially like pork or some lean meat like chicken, beef or pork. Okay, so we get we get protein from these from these kinds of meat. Anyway, let's keep going. What is for number 2, what do we mean by this word?
Um, vitamin means a compound that are needed um in a small amounts for normal growth. For example, like vitamin is we get vitamin from some good food and healthy food, such as um, fruit, vegetables, and meat.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, that's actually correct. Okay, so talking about yeah, like vitamins, or in general, when we say like vitamins, we actually talk about like, for example, like the good sources of, let's say, like nutrients for our body. Okay, so that's considered to be part of vitamins. Next, number three, Sunny.
Citizen means a person. Um, Other words like a people or a people being was living in a city or a town.
Yes, that's correct. So we're actually when we say citizen, it talks about a let's say like the people living in the town, okay, or in a place. Very good. Next one, what about fat?
Fat, fat means a people have a large um, compose. For example, um, my friends, um, he um, can I say it
Mhm.
again?
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. You may start again.
Fat means a large number of our body
Mm-hmm.
or yes, that's
Okay, yes. Or yeah, that's actually correct when we talk about something related to the, let's say like the fat or like the oil in our body. Sunny, correct. And lastly, we got silly.
um silly means like silly means it's foolish or
Mm-hmm.
or it's funny.
Yes, yes, yes. That's actually correct. So when we say like silly, it means like something's foolish or funny. Very good. So this time, Sunny, great job. Now, I want you to pick two of the words that I got here from the list, Sunny, and please make a sentence using them.
Mm, Let me think.
Sure.
Mm, I pick mm, mm, I pick vitamin and um protein.
Vitamin and protein. Sure. So can you make a sentence then?
Okay. We get protein from meat, vegetables, and fruits. Uh, um, yes. Vitamin, vitamin helps us being healthy and have a good body and no illness.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, of course. So if we have like yeah, if it's like something related to like rich in vitamins, so yeah, we are less likely to get sick. It's actually correct. Thank you, Sunny. Okay, so this time, let's move on to the next part. Okay, let me share my screen this time. Okay, can you see my screen now?
I can see it.
Yes. Okay, so again, Sunny, again as our discussion earlier, the unit 2 talks about eating insects instead of animals. Okay. So, for this part, let's talk about reading the information here, Sunny. Can you please read the title and the information below?
Okay, eating insects instead of animals. For many people, the idea of eating a bug instead of beef is very strange. However, scientists think we should start eating insects so that we can make sure everyone has enough food to eat.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. So this time, let's talk about this information here, Sunny. So think of any insects that you have. Ah, you haven't eaten any insects, Sunny, right?
No.
Yeah, actually, it's very weird here. It says you have eaten, so I believe you haven't eaten any insects. So let's just talk about Sunny. Like, think about the insects that you have heard that other people have eaten. Okay, and then maybe there's no need for you to write them down, Sunny. Just tell me, and then tell me also, based on these people or based on what you have heard, how do these insect taste like?
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, can can we eat grasshopper?
I think so. But have you heard anybody to eat the grasshopper?
I never heard of it. I think so.
You think so? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, anyway. Okay. So if there is like a grasshopper, then so how do you think it would taste like?
What did you say?
Um, if grasshopper is like a food, yeah, or if grasshopper would be eaten, what do you think it would taste like?
I think it would taste kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing. Okay, what else?
Mm. What about ant? I think ant tastes sour.
What was that one? What was the one that tastes sour?
Is the ant.
The ant. Okay, yes. Yeah, I heard ants really tasted sour. Sunny. Okay, that's correct. Can you think of
But
something else? Yeah.
um, but I never eaten ants. But I heard that my friends have have her family eats ants and it's really sour. I think it's really silly.
But I heard that it's really a thing. Um, Sunny, like I've really heard that some people they really eat ants, and based from what they have or but based on what I have heard, it really tasted like sour. So I think that's probably true, Sunny. But anyway, yeah, I think we can proceed now because you've given, I think that's enough examples of kinds of insects or bugs and how would they taste like. So let's try to answer the warm-up question here, Sunny. How do you feel about eating bugs every day? Oh,
What is
this
a
one's
silly? This is a silly question. I never eaten bugs.
But how would you feel, Sunny? Let's just put it this way. Let's just think about the possibility. How would you feel if you have to eat bugs every day?
I think it's really stinky
Why do you say so?
because when we look in bugs, I think if we eat bugs, can we still alive or we have to go to the hospital?
But of course, Sunny, there might be how do I say? There might be bugs that are, like safe for consumption, like it's safe to eat. But of course, yeah, who knows? Anyway, yeah, let's talk about the second question, Sunny. Do you think there will there be enough food for everybody in the future?
Yeah. I think no or yes. I think it's no because if now if we eat too much in future there aren't any bugs anymore.
Mm, no, no, no. I think the lesson here, Sunny, is actually talking about like, let's say, for example, like in the future, like if there is no enough food sources anymore, then maybe people would consider to eat bugs. I think that's the concept of this lesson here, Sunny, like talking about like in the future in the event that there's no enough food anymore, then eating bugs could be an option, I believe. But anyway, let's continue, Sunny, with the last question for the warm up. Do you want to keep bugs in your house?
No, I never want to eat bugs in my house
No,
because
no, no, I mean keep,
keep
not eat.
bugs.
Yeah, it's like maybe you're gonna consider it like a
No,
pet.
no, 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 no. No,
Never.
no, no. I
Mm-hmm.
never keep bugs in my house before.
No, no, no. I mean, like, would you like to keep bugs?
No, no, no.
Never.
I don't like to.
Okay, okay.
Never. That's one time I never do it.
Why? What happened when there was a bug in your house? Was it a
I
disaster?
I will make them dead. Even that's a bug.
Come
I
again?
hate bugs.
You hate bugs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of people would hate bugs too. Because most of the time when we think of bugs, usually we associate them with being dirty. So I think that's the reason why we don't like bugs. But anyway, let's continue with our lesson for tonight then, Sunny. Now, I want you to read the text here on the screen.
Okay, eating insects instead of animals. We usually think that bugs are ugly and cause many problems. But in the future, we may eat insects for breakfast, lunch, and even dinner every day. Why will we eat insects? First, It will save our environment. Farms with animals need a lot of water, land, and animal food. Animals such as cows and pigs also cause large amounts of greenhouse gases. These gases are making our world warmer. If we eat insects instead of animals, such problem will not occur. Second, bugs are very good for our health. They contain a lot of protein and vitamins with very little fat. So, people eating insects will be healthier than people eating beef or pork.
Mhm.
The problem is that many people do not want to eat insects. In rich countries, citizens think bugs are not good foods. People do not change their thinking easily. So, governments cannot make people eat insects. Another problem is that eating bugs can sometimes make us sick. This is because they
Contain.
also um,
Here. This is because they
well,
sometimes here. Wait, let me highlight it for you. This one.
because they sometimes contain bad elements. Therefore, people must be very careful when they eat or cook and eat bugs. Finally, many people may still believe that insects are dirty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. So, okay, based from the text here then, Sunny, let's answer the comprehension questions. So, what are the problems with raising animals, Sunny?
Um, the problem is when we raising animals, if we don't eat insects instead of animals, if we raising animals but we don't eat instead of it, we eat bugs. And I think is the problem is there is many animals and people don't eat it, but they just eat bugs. I think it's just a really big problem. Hmm.
Okay, wait. I think that's you're focusing on the bugs this time, Sunny. Try to think about raising animals like as mentioned here, let's say like raising animals like cows, pigs or chickens. What do you think would be the problem in raising these animals?
If the problem is when we're raising animals, um
Mm-hmm.
mm, can you give me some example now?
Okay. So for this one, Sunny, so take note when we read the text. So you need to it's good, Sunny, because you can pronounce the words well. Like your pronunciation is clear and you can be easily understood, Sunny. However, you also need to consider about understanding the content. Now, the question that we had, Sunny, is what will be the problem if we have or if we raise animals. Now, the answer here, Sunny, is this one talking about the environment or saving the environment. Why people eat the insects, right? Because it says here, Sunny, farms with animals need a lot of water, land, and animal food. So, and also animals such as cows and pigs also cause large amounts of greenhouse gases. Do you know what greenhouse gases are, Sunny?
I don't know.
Okay, by the way, when we say greenhouse gases, these are the harmful gases, Sunny, meaning these gases can cause our planet to grow warmer. That's why we have global warming nowadays because of the greenhouse gases. So the cows and the pigs, because um they produce like their poop produces the greenhouse gas. So that causes pollution. And in return, like in the future, if people need to eat more, then as a result, we need to produce more meat or more farm animals for our food consumption. Thus, it will make our world more polluted. So that's actually what the problem is for this situation, Sunny. Are we clear? Are we clear, Sunny?
Yes.
Mm-mm. So that's how you're gonna answer it. So again, please, well, in your case, Sunny, I don't have problems about your fluency and pronunciation, but you just have to understand the ideas carefully. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, now let's keep going. So for the next part here, Sunny, let's move on to the second question. Why is it healthy to eat insects?
Because it insects um has it insects have um save our environment and citizens.
Why?
Because in insects they have vitamin and also have protein.
Mm-hmm, that's correct. Very good. Yeah, so as mentioned in the text, so they also contain vitamins and protein. Okay. That's correct. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Why don't many people in rich countries eat insects?
Because they think insects are di- dirty and stink. And they also think that they don't mean good.
Mm-hmm, yes, that's correct. Exactly. So, talking about, let's say, like these insects may have some negative effect, okay, or as what you have mentioned, they may have some bad element, actually, Sunny, okay, to begin with. Okay, and then next one, let's continue to the next question. Why will governments have difficulty making people eat insects?
Because many people don't read when making people want to eat insects, it's difficult because they think insects are dirty and they don't want to eat it. But the governments want to make people eat insects instead of animals. But it's really difficult to the government to say to some people are living in the city or town.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's correct, Sunny. Or yeah, actually the first part that you have said, Sunny, that describes the full answer there. So that talks about how do we say, like governments find it hard to feed people with insects because of the fact that insects are, let's say, of course, they might not be tasty, and at the same time they might not be clean. Okay, so that's actually like the main reason why people are less likely, or they are, or the government would have a hard time feeding people with insects. Okay. Anyway, Sunny, since it's already time, I think let's just have a wrap here tonight, and I'll see you again, Sunny, in our next class. Okay, see you next Tuesday. Bye bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.